This is a temple, an unholy temple to Mammon. I see it clearly. When we moved from the corner shop where we had a personal relationship to an impersonal relationship with a corporation in the guise of supermarkets. We deal with the secular nuns and monks in their spiritual dead uniforms and genuflect before them to praise the gods of money and commerce and power. For the same part of the brain that is set up for religion lights up for most of us in the supermarket. We, in exchange for cheap goods and choice and quantity, also acknowledge the concession of power to the supermarket and its staff. If we don't play ball, will they let us in or harass us or make life difficult when it comes to refunds or sell us junk or questionable foodstuffs? We then humour the staff. Their jokes and aphorisms and stories are all important. Their condemnation and critique of society is sacrosanct. Their mocking and offhand treatment of the other is approved and supported by you and the rest of the congregation, aka their customer. Once there is a power imbalance, you are now at the mercy of the dominant power culture. Let's look at that culture. The supermarket are looking for certain personality types to work for them. They don't expect much of their staff. They may say different publicly. They definitely don't want to employ people who question and demand standards and won't tolerate abuse of customers nor colleagues. Those kind of people are dangerous to the business model. Plus, that kind of staff would demand an improvement in working conditions and a regulation of the hours worked and an increase in wages and organisation of the collective. No, they will not hire people like that. They hire the compliant and the stupid and the coward and the wicked. They like to let the evil run the show either directly, through management or through senior staff. If senior staff, they decide who to hire and fire and who gets what hours. Because the supermarket have decided to bend over backwards for them, the senior staff decide the culture completely. They decide who to let shoplift, be that internally from colleagues or externally from customers. They decide to, in their ham-fisted way, to skim the tills and then bungle up the attempts of cooking the books for management to then clean up. But it gets nastier than that. They are given permission to harass outsider customers and bring their trusted lieutenants in on that carry-on. Now you know they are no good people working in supermarkets, for they would not countenance such behaviour. The supermarket staff get their security to follow you around to intimidate and harass and falsely accuse you, while notorious shoplifters get the freedom of the shop simultaneously. Maybe a small demonstration of their wicked culture, but what is really interesting is that they keep hampers of food for a select group of dregs in most, if not all, supermarkets, free gratis. You look after your own kind. The unholy look after the unholy. They are the modern basilicas, cathedrals, consecrated to some of our worst attributes. We park and walk on holy ground to give thanks and praise to money. Look around you and see it in the real light. Thank you and consider subscribing.